Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about some newly shown Marvel Legends figures. This time we have all the official images of the entire Black Panther movie wave, which is quite exciting. So let's start talking about this. So this is quite exciting. We've only had the comic book figures before. Now we have all the movie figures, which includes the Build-A-Figure, which is very cool. Like I said before when I covered the comic book figures, I wasn't a big fan of the comic book figures in this wave, and that still stands. Iron Man, Black Bolt, and Namor, I think, are so flimsy to be put into a Black Panther wave. Their only connection is that they're a part of the Illuminati, if I'm not mistaken, that Black Panther is also a part of in the comics. But, you know, I think that's just stupid. I would have much rather actually had, like, comic book Black Panther figures. That would have been awesome. But instead, they gave us figures that they thought would sell better, even though they don't really connect very strongly to Black Panther. So, I hate all of those figures. None of them excite me in the slightest. I don't even plan to get any of them. So, yeah, we'll see about that. The other ones, though, are much more exciting. We have Black Panther himself. We have Lupita Nyong'o's character, which is Nakia, I believe is how you pronounce your name. Then we have the Golden Jaguar, Erik Killmonger, which is very exciting. Although now that this figure has been shown, my custom that I just finished a couple of days ago and just posted the review of is now out of date, which is kind of funny. And then we have the Build-A-Figure. So let's start off talking about this Build-A-Figure. They're doing the same thing that they did in the previous waves. I mean, they did this with the Spider-Man wave by making Vulture the Build-A-Figure. How it was actually just his wings, so, you know, I can still kind of get behind that. There's a bit of a mask there, but I think that the Vulture figure himself should have also been included with those wings as the Build-A-Figure. Then they did Mantis, which is basically just this. They're just taking a regular figure from the wave, a movie character, and making them the Build-A-Figure. I think that's ridiculous. I really hate when they're doing this. It makes the Build-A-Figure just not special anymore. And yeah, I think that the Build-A-Figures from Marvel Legends have gone downhill so much, and it's quite upsetting because I used to be a Marvel Legends completist, and I say used to because now I'm considering not even building this Build-A-Figure. Although I do want this character, I believe her name is pronounced Okoye. I do want her. She's obviously the actress who's in The Walking Dead, and she's part of the Dora Milaje. Is it Delora or Delore? I have trouble pronouncing the first name, but anyway, basically, Black Panther's all-female bodyguards. She might actually be the head of that, actually. I'm not quite sure, but, you know, I do want her character. I would definitely like the figure, and I would buy it if it was on its own, but as a Build-A-Figure, I'm really just not excited about it. I hate building a regular figure as the Build-A-Figure. I think it's so cheap and so disappointing, which is definitely just such a shame, and because I have no interest in the comic book figures, I mean, then, you know, I don't know if I'm going to actually complete this one. I might just buy some of the other movie figures and then just hopefully get her other Build-A-Figure pieces for, you know, really good price on eBay. That might just be what I end up doing. I don't think she's going to be a particularly popular Build-A-Figure either, so that might actually work out nicely because, you know, how many people actually want this character? I'm sure there's a few, but she's not like a big character. It's not like they made like Killmonger the Build-A-Figure or anything like that. The Build-A-Figure for this wave, in my opinion, should have been the comic book version of Manape, who he is actually in this new movie. A movie Build-A-Figure of him would have been cool as well because he is kind of a big guy, but in the comics he's very big, so he would have made a really cool Build-A-Figure, and again, it would be more of what I wanted in this wave, like comic book characters based off of you know, Black Panther comic book characters, and not other characters that you can kind of, you know, relate to Black Panther. I think that's just ridiculous. Talking about the movie figures, though, these are the ones that I'm interested in and the ones I'm excited about. We have the new Black Panther figure, which looks quite cool. Obviously, completely new sculpt. His arms look a bit thin here in this picture, but he still looks like a great figure. I was a big fan of the first Black Panther figure. I absolutely loved it. This one looks great. We've got an updated head sculpt for T'Challa, which is awesome, from Chadwick Boseman. And he comes with a pair of fists that are interchangeable, which is nice, considering we did not have that last time. So that's definitely nice. Then we have Nakia, you know, played by Lupita Nyong'o. She, although in the comics she has a kind of an interesting history, she actually turns into a villain at one point, but it doesn't look like they're going that route in this movie. It looks like they're actually going like full out love interest route, which is kind of interesting for her, but I think that the figure looks great. I do see Lupita Lupita Nyong'o's likeness in that head sculpt there. So I think that that looks quite good. And then her costume is very detailed. I definitely like it a lot. The colors pop, which is very cool. And she comes with quite a slew of accessories. She comes with a knife, the two like disc things, and then she comes with a spear. That spear, though, I believe is for the Build-A-Figure. However, you know, yeah, you could give it to her. I'm sure it would work nicely. So that's kind of cool. And then we have Erik Killmonger. I'm super excited about this. Like I said when I did my custom version of him, you know, I did predict that Hasbro would actually make an official one, and they have, which is very exciting. I think it looks great. It's a completely new sculpt, of course, you know, separate from any other Black Panther figures. It's got all of his unique lining in his suit, and it also has like a cheetah pattern in it. You know, I refrained from doing the cheetah pattern in my figure because I couldn't tell if the cheetah pattern on his head that was gold if that was actually like gold pieces on the suit, or if that was just his suit lighting up. And considering this figure only has the cheetah pattern in the black sections, it looks like it was only gold on the top of his head because it was lit up. So because of that, I'm glad that I didn't actually add it, but it is nice to see that he does have cheetah patterning throughout his entire costume. I think that looks awesome. And then he comes with interchangeable hands, 2 hands for holding the spears. Those spears look awesome. I'm very excited to pose him with those, and then 2 just kind of aggressive panther hands, which I like a lot. So personally, this is a really mixed bag for me. I absolutely love the 3 movie figures. I plan to get these completely. I'm very excited for all 3 of these. The Build-A-Figure, I wouldn't mind having. I just hate the fact that it is a Build-A-Figure, and because it's a Build-A-Figure, I'm not too interested in completing it. If I wanted everybody else in the wave, or if I wanted like 5 out of the 6 of them or something, I would definitely complete it. However, I could care less about these comic book figures. I'm not a big fan of any of these characters, in particular the comic book ones, and then it just pisses me off that we aren't getting like cool comic book versions of Black Panther characters. That would have been awesome. I would have been totally into that. But instead, we get, you know, your typical ones that just Hasbro wants to, of course, push Iron Man and then throw some other you know, somewhat popular Marvel characters in the assortment because they can't really fit anywhere else, essentially. So I'm not excited about them, and because I have no interest in getting them, I don't think I'm going to actually complete the Build-A-Figure, or at least it's going to take me a very long time to complete the Build-A-Figure because I'll get those 3 pieces cheap on eBay. That's my plan at the moment. But I'm extremely excited for those movie characters, and this wave in general is quite interesting at the very least. I'll definitely be interested to see what people say about it. A lot of people were defending Mantis as, you know, being like a, you know, not being ridiculous that she was the Build-A-Figure, and I thought it was ridiculous that they were defending it. So it'll be interesting to see if people are still trying to defend Hasbro, and yeah, that would be interesting to see. I don't think that they can be defended at this point for, you know, the Build-A-Figures. I mean, just compare it to the Build-A-Figures that we've had in the previous years, and it's just, it's no comparison. They're definitely going downhill. So it's very disappointing, and because of their lack of doing proper Build-A-Figures, it's getting me to purchase less from them, so hopefully that is happening with other people as well, and therefore Hasbro will get the hint. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think of this wave as far as the comic book figures, the movie figures, and the Build-A-Figure. And thanks so much for watching.